Common Sense 101. The Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua has taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver. The property manager, known as CBZ Management, has been trying desperately to regain control of their apartment that they have just spent $300,000 to bring to code with renovations, but they can't even go in there because the Venezuelan gang has taken over their apartments. The city has denied the allegations. Local officials and the media, including Kyle Clark of 9 News, have denied the allegations, even though they have posted eviction notices on the doors of residents and given them a very short amount of time to move out, find somewhere else to live, figure it out, we don't care. If this had been Cherry Creek, if this had been Greenwood Village, Jared Polis, the Colorado governor, would have sent in the damn National Guard. But because it's full of black and brown people in Aurora, nobody cares. This is a very dangerous problem. This is just a testing ground. You need to understand this. This CBZ Management says, we would like to be able to resume normal operations at our buildings, but we cannot do so under the threat of present and immediate danger against residents, staff, and management. The spokesperson for this company goes on to say, this is an issue our city needs to face head on with law enforcement and the further support of our state and country's leaders, border czar Kamala Harris, to protect affected tenants, the surrounding communities, and Americans across the nation. Translation: CBZ Management is giving the country and the surrounding areas in Denver a heads up. Your community is next. And if you think you're protected because of how you vote or because of your location, you're not. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. You better get civic minded and stop saying, I'm not into politics, because politics is into you. You got Kamala Harris running around now wanting to be the head of the entire country, but she has spent the last 4 years ignoring the border as the border czar, although she was given that job. And for somebody who claims to be a baddie and a boss lady and a strong, empowered woman, she didn't take the lead on a damn thing except ignoring you and putting twerking rappers and fried chicken into neighborhoods to try to get your vote. Once again, for failing you the previous 4 years. But guess what? She wants a chance to do it all over again. This is unbelievable. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, was investigated by the Office of Inspector General. There was a report in June that was the final report issued that says DHS needs to improve its screening and vetting of asylum seekers and non-citizens applying for admission into the United States. This is a very detailed report. I suggest you go read it so that we cannot be accused of mis and disinformation. Go read the report by the Office of Inspector General. Lastly, I would like to point out the very glaring truth and fact that President Trump has been saying for years, that these foreign countries are releasing their prisoners and sending them to the United States. They are releasing their asylum residents to come to the United States. They're here, okay? According to this report by DHS, CBP, it is widely known that Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan prison gang. Prison! They...
Shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in his gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit, prophesying in and going into the dangerous times, the volatile times that America is getting ready to see, man. The threshing floor, as the scriptures goes into, is getting ready to be ground one or ground zero here in Babylon. Because as the reject Pam Grier here said, she said that basically the Trent the Agro gang, which is a Venezuelan gang, has taken over Denver apartments. And the media and the officials are silent on that. Okay. Now, as we know, the Venezuelans, I always seem to get these tried. I always get Asher, Zebulon, and Naphtali mixed up. I always get those three mixed up as far as I know you got Central, South, you got Central and South America. Okay. But regardless of it, you have Israelites or splinter cells or sleeper cells among these Venezuelan gangs. And this has all been done by design, man, because we've been saying for time and time again, and she even admitted it, and even DJ Trump admitted it, that they were sending foreign nationals over here to infiltrate America, man. And not only the Venezuelan gangs, you got the what do you call them guys? The Iranian nationals, Ukrainian nationals, you got Chinese nationals. You have, look, the scriptures say that America was going to be like, the Most High said he was going to fill America or Babylon with men as caterpillars. So if you notice, there's a lot of different more cultures here. Like I say all the time, when I go to the store, I'm seeing all types of people I've never seen before. I'm seeing people from Venezuela. I'm seeing people from parts of Ethiopia. I'm seeing people from Iran. I'm seeing people from all these different countries that's flooded right here in America, man. Right around where we live at. People from Hawaii, you know, Maui, and these different nations, they are already here. And they're just waiting on orders to get active or out of chaos. Now, what are the chances that Kamala is trying to do a gun buyback? Okay, find out a couple of months ago when these migrants were coming over here, whatever you want to call them. Basically, they was eligible to get gun license or to buy guns, firearms. And also they was thinking about allowing them to join the police force. So now, what are the chances of that these migrants have guns and shit? Ammo, bulletproof vests, military gear, gangs infiltrating Babylon and Great, and nobody's saying nothing about it. And then on top of that, she wants to take your assault weapons. So what do you think that's all about? But like this lady said, you dumb niggas, you fell for twerking rappers and fucking fried chicken. Now you basically getting ready to be railroaded, man. I was watching the beloved brother Kasha Quala's video yesterday, and he went into that she was going to infringe on your Second Amendment rights. And what do you know? Lo and behold, she wants to implement a buyback program. And what's going to happen is when you turn in your weapons, which that's going to be kind of up for grab. That's going to be kind of hard to see. I could see, you know, Jake turning in weapons and mainly these blue states. But these red states, I don't really see Esau doing it, which is going to create a civil war anyway. But really, they want to take your weapons and they want to put them into the hands of these illegals or these sleeper cells. Because they know Americans have all types of high-powered weapons, man. They want to take away your ability to defend yourself. Okay? What's that guy? What's not Hugo Chavez? What's this guy's name? Damn, out of Cuba. I did a video on it last week. What's this damn demon's name, man? Not Hugo Chavez. It's another guy. But basically, he implemented a gun ban. He took away guns from the citizens. And what do you know? Chaos, civil war, you know, government overthrow, all types of stuff went down. Same thing during the time of Adolf Sugarbuber and the Third Reich, you know. So every time you disarm a population, and what are the chances that all hell is getting ready to break loose? Once you disarm people, that's when the tyranny comes in. That's the sign of a dictator. You heard what she said. She said Kamala was supposed to be over the borders, right? But hey, they said over 50 million people from different countries are over here in America right now. So this is why you see them shopping at your local Burlington coat factories, your Walmarts. You know, they're working at your restaurants. They're moving in your apartment complexes rent free. While rent is going up on your ass, you got these people that's living rent free, man. So what you think they gonna do? All right. So let me get a precept real quick, because this is the time of Jacob's trouble, and it's getting ready to get real bad out here. Sooner than later, hey, crime is gonna increase. 911 is already limited. They already have limited response times. It's to the point sometimes 911 won't come up until a couple of hours, man. Okay, if you ain't getting beat to a pulp or somebody's literally getting ready to put you in the spirit world, they ain't gonna rush out there. You know, they ain't gonna come to your aid. You know how many people getting shot at and getting robbed at gunpoint, but yet the police, they just don't respond. Fights break out. Cops ain't coming to that, man, because it ain't a offset emergency for real. So shit is fixing to hit the fan, and you 2/3, mainly you heathen, you Edomites, this is really your judgment. Especially you Edomites, man. These gangs coming from Venezuela, they really gonna target you Edomites, man. And they targeting Jake too. And you women, you independent boss women, and you getting ready to catch it, man. Because if you see the violence of these particular gangs, hey, cutting the bitch's head off is minute to them. I mean, they would literally chop your head off and feed it to their damn dogs, man. I've seen videos of them hacking women to death and putting people in trunks and setting them on fires. They will cut you limb from limb. And this is the type of brutality we're getting ready to have here in America. Thank your leadership. All right. So this is the book of Jeremiah 30. And I'm going to start at verses 4. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, which represents the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, represents the tribes. And it says, for thus says Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. Do that sound like something nice? Okay, trembling, fear, and not of peace. But ask ye now and see whether doth a man doth travail with child. So basically he's saying, since when do men have kids? Men, they can't bear children. Okay? We can't bear children. Women bear children, but yet we have offspring. We put our seed into the woman through the process of ejaculation. And then the seed hits the woman's uterus, and then it becomes a human being in 9 months. Then she bears it forth. But he was basically saying, like, damn, why do I see men as if they having babies, like they're in birth and labor pains? Because the type of horror coming here. And it says, why do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all face turned to paleness? But it says, for alas, that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it, man. And it's going, I mean, the way thing, like, I say it like this: quiet today, chaotic tomorrow. Like, you think Babylon is violent now? Like, you go in some of these cities like Chicago and LA, you go down to Louisiana or New Orleans, Baltimore, Philly, you know, Maryland, you know, those little Cleveland, you know, those are considered violent cities. Kansas City, St. Louis, real dark cities, right? You think that crime takes place now? You ain't seen none yet. Wait till these men get their beck and call. Because believe it or not, the United States military or the United States government, they're in control of these particular Venezuelan gangs in these prisons. They allowed them over here. They're funding them. Okay, they didn't just get off the banana boat and walk through the forest and just miraculously stumbled upon the borders of America. They were brought over here purposely. And they're going to use a lot of those men as UN troops to enforce that MOTB. So they're going to surround these apartment complexes, and they're going to go door to door, and they're going to kick in the doors, and they're going to grab you up out of there, and they're going to have their way, which is going to be brutal, man. And you women, you single independent women, mainly you black women, all you women for real, it ain't going to be looking too good for you. And you ain't going to have no man in that day to help defend you. They're not going to come to your aid. Nobody's going to stop them from gang raping you. It's not going to happen. You don't have to eat all that and then some. It was a video, I believe it was the Jersey camp, if I'm not mistaken. It was some woman that was getting chased by, I guess, her boyfriend. And this woman tried to run behind the brothers for protection. Brothers like, nah, get your ass away from me. So you getting swayed away. Nobody's coming to your defense. Because you women, you totally played the men. You totally done your damage to the men. They like, nah, we don't care. So when all hell break loose, hey, expect to see these troops. You're going to see these gangs, these marauders out here. They're going to go door to door. They're going to be looting, robbing, stealing, pillaging, raping, stealing, killing, or murdering. It's going to be a whole different America here in a minute. And, hey, this can happen in a matter of months. Okay, not years, months. And Lord's, hey, and honestly speaking, I can't wait. I can't wait, man, because I'm tired of this place and you people. So it says here, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. And that's talking about the elect. All right, the elect of Israel is going to be saved out of this time because, hey, the Lord, he's going to shield us in that day. Yeah, we're going to be in the midst and we're going to see a lot of things go down, but the Lord going to give brothers that power and he's going to protect brothers from that. So we ain't really too worried about it because when you think about it without a spiritual discernment, you will bug out like, damn, they taking over apartment complex. Like, I live in an apartment complex. What if they take over mine? You know, that's carnal thinking. So what if they do take over? If the Lord is with you, what they going to do to you? You know, Daniel 12:1, at that time, Michael shall stand up. The great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble, such it was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone should be found written in the book. And we're coming into the time like it tells us in the Apocrypha. It says, then we're going to come into the time, and I'm butchering it. It says, the Most High should begin to deliver them that dwell on the earth. So when all hell break loose, the Lord is going to start having little pockets of salvation among the brothers, man. You know, getting us out of certain situations, brothers having the ability to fight off the threat, spiritual power, however the Lord is going to do it. We don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but we believe he's going to do something. Because if not, then we ain't no better than they. We're just going to be sitting ducks and we're going to get our ass handed to us, man. But I don't believe that's going to be the case. Now, you Israelites out there that's playing games and you carnal guys out there, that's all about this world. And yeah, you're going to get caught up in this, man. You guys that believe in having sticks and you want to get carnal with Esau, yeah, you're going to have to go head up with these gangs, man. And a lot of you going to get bodied. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be a war. It's going to be straight up chaos on the soils of America. You're going to have militias, private militias that's going to go against military. You're going to have militias going against gang members, regular civilians, because according to your Constitution, they said that at any time you can form a militia in case a tyrannical government or a dictatorship rises within your borders. You're able to form a militia and obscure the threat. So these Edomites like Glenn Beck and Alex Jones, with Alex Jones, he may be a Jake. I think he's a Gadite. But regardless, man, Southern Prepper, New York Prepper, Steve Ram, and I'm just naming just a few. A lot of these Second Amendment Edomites that live in the state of Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, they're going to form their militias together and they're going to try to overthrow this government, man. And believe it or not, that's probably like your only defense of fighting here to save some type of country. But even they going to get taken out because Yahweh Shai is not dealing with them either. But it says here there should be a time of trouble. And this is what this lady is talking about. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. And that's going into the elect. Okay. So, yeah, man. Pay attention. Watch your surroundings. Motherfuckers are getting grabbed up. I just got a notification on my other phone basically stating that it was a child abduction. And usually in that regard, it's probably a father taking his child. But regardless, these alerts are coming in more and more. But notice when government starts snatching up kids, you don't get those type of alerts. They just come up missing. But when a father goes and takes his daughter or his son from a deadbeat baby mama, then all of a sudden, there's an EPA out on your ass. This place got to burn. And that's a good thing that this place is getting ready to get threshed. It's about time, man. All right. So this is the book of Micah 5 and 7. And it says, and the remnant of Jacob should be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, and as the showers upon the grass, that tarried not for men, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob should be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, and as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. And thy hand should be lifted upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies should be cut off, man. So that's going into us getting that power. And that's talking about on this side, man. Now, you got brothers out there that say, no, we ain't going to get no power on this side. Well, the scriptures say different. But we don't know how it's all going to play out until it plays out. Believing in these scriptures, it just depends on your faith, you know, being predicated on your faith. Because all we really have is faith. So, yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to do things through certain men. But certain men are going to have to undergo that guillotine too. All right? But I'm hoping that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gives us power. Give us some type of defense, man. Because like I said, it's going to get real graphic. It's going to get crazy out here. Especially when they cut the grid. Because now they're talking about Iran planning an attack on the soils of America. And what are the chances that you have Iranian nationals over here? It's like it's all connecting the dots. It's like you let them over here, and then all of a sudden now you're getting these threats. But yeah, you let them right over here. But the average person is too dumb enough to see. You know, like this bitch Kamala. She's supposed to have been in charge of the border, right? But yet you got all these people here on our watch. And what are the chances that this guy Biden, nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen, which he's probably dead, but she's running for president. So either way it go, Trump gets in office, you screwed. Kamala gets in office, you screwed. Because believe it or not, when that guy, what's his name, Soleimani, when he was assassinated on Trump's watch, Iran ain't forgot about that. So off the bat, even if Trump gets in office, he's not going to be able to sever the ties, or he's not going to be able to rekindle the ties between the nations that they've totally disregarded and stole and pillaged. All right? They can't make it right with Iran at this time. Even if him and Russia is somewhat on cordial terms, Russia is going to side with Iran. You know why? Because it is biblical prophecy. You know, some people see Trump getting in there. But even if Trump get in there, they're going to do things to destabilize the economy still. Because they ain't going to let Trump run the country. He's going to take orders. You know? And he's going to push that MOTB. So either way it go, we still going to see all hell breaking loose, man. And at this time, it's looking more and more likely, even though Trump is likely to win. But, hey, I'm starting to think Kamala may get it, man. You know, that's if there is an election. But they're going to have to move quick because what? We're in the middle of August. We got September, October, November. You got about 3.5 months left, if that. Well, no, I take that back. You got all September, all November. You got 2.5 months. And it says here, and thy hand should be lifted upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies should be cut off. And it should come to pass in that day, says Yahweh, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers, man. Going into when those missiles hit this place. All right. And it says here, and I will cut off the witchcrafts out of thy hand, and have no more soothsayers, and thy graven images also I will cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy cities, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. And that's going to start with civil unrest, okay? Particular terrorist attacks, particular bombs going off in cities, false flag attacks, bridges being blown up, skyscrapers being toppled over, power being cut, the grid going down. It's all going to happen. You know, while you people are worried about when go to the next baseball game, or when you people worried about how to get your 401k, you ain't finna have that in a minute. All right. Hosea 4, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, and for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there's no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land, and there's no knowledge of the Most High outside of the men of the Lord here in Babylon. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood, man. Okay, and that's going into these damn gang wars. There shall the land also mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, all the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away. Okay? So we coming into a time of a total societal collapse. These gangs are here. They already infiltrating. You already see them around. These MS-13s, they already around here, man. They're just waiting. You see? Book of Ezekiel 23 and 23. And it started here. It says, and the Babylonians and the Chaldeans, Pekod and Shoa and Koah, and all the Assyrians with them, all of them desirable young men, captains and rulers, great lords and renowned men, all of them ride upon horses, and they should come against thee with chariot, wagons, and wheels, and with an assembly of people, which shall set against thee buckler and shield and helmet round about. And I will set judgment before them, and they should judge thee according to judgments. Okay, so they gonna have their way. And I will set my jealousy against thee, and they should deal furiously with thee, and they should take away thy nose and thy ears, and thy remnant shall fall by the sword, and they should take thy sons and thy daughters, and thy residue should be devoured with fire. It says they will also strip thee out of thy clothes and take away thy fair jewels, man, because they're going to loot your homes. They're going to throw you in these prison camps. A lot of you are going to be caged inside of your own homes, man. A lot of you are going to be sex slaves. The Lord has it out for this place, man, and we don't want no parts of that. But anyway, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Lord's will, you were edified. Until the next lesson.
And release them from Venezuelan prisons. And they now live here around you and your children. Are you still going to sit by and claim that Trump is racist or something's wrong with him when he is the only politician who is willing to address this head on? And to not just address it, but to eliminate the problem in its entirety, because they're illegal foreign nationals who are not supposed to be here in the first place. Are you still going to sit there indignant with your cognitive dissonance and pretend that Trump is the problem when it's the politicians that you are donating money to and have been voting for years and have gotten zero results? Is this what I'm led to believe? Let me tell you something, Becky. You're not safe. Your children are not safe. This is not hyperbolic, and it's not fear-mongering. You better go read this damn DHS report. Like CBZ management said, this is a problem that is going to extend into local communities and into the United States as a whole. You better start contacting your local police, your local sheriff, your local politicians, your city council, your governor, your mayors, your city managers, and you better start asking them what the hell is going on and what are you going to do about this problem? Because I promise you, it will be you next. You better vote responsibly in November if you want to be safe in your own damn home. Common sense, bro. Common sense. Use it.